Hi everybody! The story that I have for you today is called The Day You Begin. This story was written by Jacqueline Woodson and illustrated by Rafael Lopez. Turn this a little bit. Here's the title page. The Day You Begin. And the dedication page. For Saya, Nell, and Josie from J.W. So J.W. must be Jacqueline Woodson, the author of the book. And let's see, the illustrator was Rafael Lopez, so his initials are R.L. And look, this is what R.L. said. R.L. dedicates this book to Santiago, the moon whisperer. Let's get started. There will be days when you walk into a room and no one there is quite like you. Maybe it will be your skin, your clothes, or the curl of your hair. Look, she's comparing herself to the other children and it looks like they all have straight hair. Her hair is very curly. She's looking at her curls and she's looking at their straight hair and wondering why their hair doesn't look like hers. There will be times when no one understands the way that words curl from your mouth, the beautiful language of the country you left behind. My name is Rigoberto. We just moved here from Venezuela. And because they don't understand, the classroom will fill with laughter until the teacher quiets everyone. So this little boy was speaking in a language that not everyone else understood because he just moved here from a different country. But when he started to speak the language from his home country, the language that the other children didn't understand, they started to laugh at him. And that made him feel sad. And look, his cheeks are a little bit pink too. He feels kind of embarrassed. Rigoberto from Venezuela. Your teacher says so soft and beautifully that your name and homeland sound like flowers blooming the first bright notes of a song. And look, this is just a few minutes later, but does he still look really sad and embarrassed? No, he looks happy now. Happier anyway. His teacher made him feel better. There will be times when the words don't come. Your own voice, once huge, now smaller. When the teacher asks, "What did you do last summer?" Tell the class your story. Well, we went to France, Shayla says. These shells come from a beach in Maine. A boy named Jonathan holds out a jar filled with tiny shells that are so fragile, they look like they will turn to dust in your own untraveled hands. So let's see, I think that this is Shayla. Shayla's talking about how she went to France. And here's Jonathan. Jonathan's talking about the shells that he found when he went to the beach in Maine. My whole family went to India. Mine went to Spain. We went to South Carolina. Each souvenir a small triumph of a journey. Their travels going on and on. And who's sitting all by herself over here? I wonder why she's all alone. She looks like she's feeling uncomfortable, doesn't she? Oops. And as you stand in front of that room, you can only remember how the heat waved as it lifted off the curb, and your days spent at home while you were caring for your little sister, who made you laugh out loud, and she always hugged you hard at nap time. You can only remember the books you kept on reading long after she had fallen to sleep. And in that room where no one else is quite like you, you'll look down at your own empty hands and wonder, what good is this when other students were flying and sailing and going somewhere? So she was just sitting in her room. That's how she spent her summer, watching the birds and listening to the birds and reading books, taking good care of her sister. She's feeling a little bit sad because everyone else went on vacation and she wasn't able to go anywhere. She was busy watching her sister. And here's another page. This one is a different student. And on this page it says, there will be times when the lunch your mother packed for you is too strange or too unfamiliar for others to love as you do. I wonder what she has in her lunchbox there. She feels like the other students are looking at it too closely. She's feeling a little bit shy and embarrassed. She doesn't want to open up her lunch even though it's something that she loves. When even your own friend Nadja will wrinkle her nose and say, "What's in there anyway?" And you'll wonder how she doesn't see the rice beneath the meat and the kimchi. You'll wonder why she doesn't remember that rice is the most popular food in the whole world. And that's what she has in her thermos, but she's not feeling comfortable about eating it in front of everybody else because she feels very different. Has that ever happened to you? Have you been eating a food sometime or someplace and somebody else looked at the food and said, "Ooh, what is that?" Made you feel a little bit uncomfortable? That's how she's feeling. There will be times when climbing the bars are too high. The run is too fast and far. The game isn't one you can ever really play. I don't want him on our team. You can watch. Maybe you can have a turn later. Now he looks like he's feeling really left out. They didn't want him on their team. He's not able to move as quickly as the other kids. He's not able to easily run and jump and climb. And the other kids are saying, "We don't want you on our team. Sorry. You can watch, or maybe later you can have a turn." They're not yelling at him, but they're not really making him feel welcome. And he is feeling really left out. There will be times when the world feels like a place that you're standing all the way outside of. You see him here? Look at where all of his friends are. They're all playing in the schoolyard.